What's up, everybody? So I said I was gonna start a YouTube channel, Gutter Trucking, and we're gonna show you how we live our life as truck drivers and how basically, you gotta do it as a truck driver if you're gonna plan on doing it. And it's not for everybody. Not everybody can be a truck driver. People get depressed on the road. People get lonely on the road. People just don't really know how to drive, and it takes a lot. And after about a year or so doing it, you can get to it. You may be a trucker. So, I want to show you how I do it, how I learned, because I never really thought I was going to be able to truck drive. And if you ever doubt yourself of thinking about being a truck driver, if you take the time, patient, and just learn, you could do it. Because I never thought I could do it as a truck driver. Like, I didn't even know how to drive a stick, and that's how I learned driving a stick. And I'm really good at driving a stick. But now we got these automatic manuals, and the game changed. Paper logs, now e-logs. And I know a lot of people like paper logs because you could do a lot of different things on those paper logs. You know what I mean? You could drive the heck out of those. And these e-logs, they're more efficient, and they actually help you to keep you where you need to be from making a mistake of lack of sleep and just how to do it. It just makes it more easier, I think. If you know how to work a phone, you'll know how to work an e-log. You know what I mean? And so I want to give you a tour inside my truck. All right. So look, this is a Freightliner Cascadia 2019. Don't mind the scratches. That's how it was when I got it. This is basically how everything is. The hand sanitizer. I got all this stuff hooked up. You got a lot of these cable, a lot of the power inputs. I have my stuff hooked up. My wireless headphones, my audio. You don't even know. I got audio from here to audio. I actually connected these. Got that going from right here. So this is basically a truck. I got a little 19-inch, the PS, the stereo, a nice cool size refrigerator. Don't mind that. That's MacGyvered until I get home. I'm gonna make it official. I keep a water hose and one of these I got from the Dollar Tree with the actual stick and everything, because I like to keep my outside of my truck looking nice too. And it's not easy because you gotta find time when to do that, because you don't want to hold up people at the fuel station. So usually in the early mornings or real late nights, not a lot of drivers out there filling up, and sometimes you can catch a station by yourself. And I just hook up my water hose and I clean it, wipe it down, you know what I mean? And they really don't complain. So I get that done. Okay, so these are your parking brakes. These are your trailer brakes. Now your parking brakes control your truck brakes. This whole thing, this truck, and your trailer, that's that right there. The thing that's attached to the truck. That's all that. What the truck actually carries. That's for that. Okay? Now, the only time you want to use these and put them to use is when you actually park. When you park, you want to use these at all times. Always make sure these are out. When you park, you don't want your truck just going anywhere. Because it'll go by itself even with it in put it in neutral. And then you push these out. Neutral. Push these out. Always, all the time. And when you're gonna leave, you push these in. Still keep it in neutral. And then when you're ready, you just put it either in drive or reverse. That's as easy as that. Now the manual part. The manual part works with these pushing up or pushing down. You push up, you're going up gear. You push down, you're downshifting. These are your cruise controls. Now let me tell you about your cruise controls, man, because these can play a real vital part into your driving. I mean, if you're the type of person you don't really want to use the brakes going downhill, or you really don't know how to first start with using the manual, because let me tell you, your thing's gonna overheat going uphill, you know. And you got it. I use the manual. I use it manually when I'm going uphill to keep my water from getting high, you know. But when you use cruise control, sometimes that really does help, you know. When I go downhill, say I'm going at 55, I have to go down at 55, I put my cruise control at 50, and it'll keep me coming down at 55. It just keeps slowing down. It doesn't go past 55, so I don't got to use my brakes unless another truck is going slower than that and I got to use my brakes. But sometimes I'll just lower this, just push this and lower it, you know, 45, and it'll go 50, you know. These are to check, you know, your gauge, your understanding. That's your fifth wheel pressure. See, mine's at 50 psi, and a lot of truck drivers don't know this, and some that know, you know, that you can actually weigh yourself in your truck by using your psi, your fifth wheel psi. See, it's 58, so I know I'm not overweight. I mean, but I still took it to a scale, but I know when I'm overweight when that thing goes past 62. When that thing goes past 62, that means I'm either close to 80,000, and 84, I'm over 80,000 pounds. At 64, I'm over 80,000 pounds. Under 60, I know I'm under 80,000 pounds. You know, you got your oil, you know, and your steering. You're gonna keep a little mount right here. They say it's illegal to have things blocking your window, but you're gonna want to use it for your GPS. I mean, you can use your e-log for your GPS as well, but I'll be honest with you, oh my god, it could be a hassle, man. Like, your e-log will fail, and they try to say that e-logs won't fail you, but let me tell you, if I'm gonna put my address in there as well, I'm gonna put my address in my phone as well, and I'm gonna use that too, you know. Your stereo right there, you know. So your truck is basically your place of living, you know. You want to keep your place clean. I always try to. This other driver who had this truck before me, little dirty fuck, but I cleaned it as best as I could. I keep garbage in here, got my shoes up there, you know, as well as my work paperwork and everything. And also your paperwork too is of vital importance as a trucker, because this is what you got to give to your dispatch, that your dispatch got to give to their brokers. You know, your paperwork is very important, as well as, you know, your fuel. Make sure you keep your fuel receipts too, because your company's gonna want those. You know, got the hats, I got the clothes all in here, clothes, and then in here I'm gonna get me a little oven, one of those little air fryer ovens. It'll fit perfectly in there. The microwave right there, like I said, this is like basically my kitchen living. And then under my bed, you know, you just push this little knob and you pick it up, and there's a lot of space under there, and I keep all my food under there, all my food and stuff that I'm gonna use, you know. And then I got a little cubby right here at the bottom, that's for all the dirty clothes in there. Right here, more clothes and my hygienes and everything in this closet right here. You know, look, the stereos, this thing slumps in here, you know. Wish I could have put my 210s, but with all the food and everything I got, because you want to try to conserve food on the road, because you can spend a lot of money. Look at this. This thing was about to blow right over. See, I have this, and then once it cools down, this stove cools down, I'm done cooking, then I'll put it up. But you never want to put it up while it's hot. I mean, you already know why. But, you know, like I said, you want to conserve on the road, because it could get expensive paying for food every day, and you could spend up to $500 a month, you know, or more, just feeding yourself, you know. And can you imagine if you have your family with you? Because you can't bring your family. I mean, you got a top bunk, you could bring someone with you, but it costs you so much more money. If you feel like you're losing out getting paid, especially if you're not making much per mile, or if you're not owner operating, you know what I mean. So buy groceries, get a good sized refrigerator. I know these Volvos have their own refrigerators in there. I'll be honest, I like the Freightliner where I can put my own fridge, because you can put as biggest fridge you want in there, and I need a pretty good sized fridge, you know, because I gotta have food on the road. And you may ask yourself, like, how are you gonna get groceries? Like, how do I do it? How do I allow myself to have time to get groceries being a driver? And let me tell you, it's called PC mode. Now, if a lot of you don't understand this, but your E-Log has a thing called PC. And PC is personal, I like to say personal use, but personal convenience, I guess. But I always put just personal when I gotta put a reason. And that basically allows me to detach from my, it doesn't allow me to detach, but you gotta be detached from your trailer if you're gonna go out doing things like grocery shopping and all that. You don't wanna drive everywhere with your trailer. It just makes it harder trying to park. I mean, work smart, not hard. You know, so I go on the PC and I go out and I do my thing. If I'm gonna go eat, I'm gonna go grocery shopping, you know, I do that. And then also too, if you're with the company, or you know, make sure you get a Pilot, a Flying J, a Loves, one of those cards. But stick to one though. Stick to one. Like I'm a Pilot, I'm a Flying J, I'm all the way. And Flying J have other off brands that you can use, like Easy and 9. You know, and you collect points after so many times of fueling. You'll have points, a lot of points. And I have like 9 showers right now, but if I keep going and going, I'll have like $100 on there. I could take a shower every day without actually having to pay cash. You know, I could buy some stuff from the Flying J or the Pilot or the 9 or Easy. Like, I can buy stuff, but I always use it for my shower, always. Shower costs like freaking like $12 just to take a shower, $12.50 to take a shower. Especially your weight, your scales, man, it costs, you know what I mean? And you don't want to spend all your money, but you're gonna have to use your money for your scale. But your company should pay you back for that off tops. They should pay you back for your scale use. And if they don't, they're getting you. You know? Excuse me. Had to have one time. So yeah. That's the truck. Always keeping it clean. Who's almost gonna be done? That was from something else, you know what I mean? But those boiled eggs are smelling real good. Also, you want to try to eat healthy too on the road, man, because get unhealthy on the road, you know? Alright, everybody, so this is the truck. I'm gonna try it. I try to keep my truck real clean, like I said, whenever I have time, so I don't bother other drivers trying to fuel. So let's get with the truck. With the truck, every day you're gonna have a pre-trip. Every time you take off from your starting your new day after your 10-hour reset, you gotta check your truck. You're gonna open up that hood and you're gonna make sure that everything's good inside there. Now I'm not gonna go through the whole process, but I'm letting you know, you're gonna check your brakes and everything. You're gonna walk around your whole truck just to check it out, make sure no other drivers probably hit your truck and then just took off. You know, you wanna check your lines, make sure everything's still connected, because you never know, a driver, may have got mad at a driver or something. He comes around, tries to fuck with you, you wanna make sure your doors are locked. Your trailer doors are locked. You always want to make sure they're... Fuck it, let's go to the back. You always want to make sure those are properly secure. I always put a lock on mine, even though I don't need to, but I put a lock on there, So we just go around, walk around the whole truck and check it out just to make sure everything's cool before we leave, Always raise those before you take off. When you're gonna drop your trailer, make sure those are down. I always call this the 3-step rule: leaving and taking off. When I'm gonna leave, that got to be up. That got to be in. For my kingpin, the handle got to be in, so I know it's unlocked. I'll go under there and look just to make sure the kingpin is actually locked, and these got to be on, so that I know everything's cool. And I run reefers, so I'll show you how to do that next time when I'm actually doing it. And you know, when I'm dropping off my trailer, the same thing, the 3 rules. Take those off, pull that out. Sometimes you gotta back up your truck because it gets stuck. It always does that on a Freightliner. You just back up your truck, not your trailer. I'll show you right now. And then this down. Before you take off, you wanna make sure all that is good. Those are my load locks that I use to secure my load. So let me tell you about dropping off your trailer, you know. After you unhooked all that and you lower down your legs, you know, and sometimes you get stuck. Sometimes you're gonna get stuck and you're not gonna be able to unhook that trailer because it seems like it's stuck there. So what you gotta do is what I'll do is I'll just press this one to let the brakes go from my truck, and I'll back it up just a little bit to allow some room so I can pull that pin to let the fifth wheel go. And that's what I mean about that. So everybody stay tuned because I'm gonna teach you how to be a driver. You know, when I'm on the road, going uphill, I'm gonna show you how we work this so that way you don't overheat, how you don't have to use your brakes as much, you know, and keep you always on the road safe. Teach you how to use the reefer. I wish I was still doing flatbeds because, man, I was a ghost rider on flatbeds. I chain all the time, man. I mean, I use the straps too, but you know, people don't want their product damaged, so you gotta use straps. But I'll throw a chain over a strap too, you know what I mean? So that way I don't damage product, but I make sure that my product is properly secure as well. You know, I don't want to hurt nobody or myself. So stay tuned. Gutter trucking, baby.